Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, just round it up for the week, as we kind of know the week is due to close in about 4 hours time, and when that closes we will be putting in what looks to me like the first red candle, even though it's a pretty, well, you could call it a spinning top, but you know, it's the first one in this is like week 9, so we're talking 8 weeks, and then the 9th week it looks like this. It'll be the first red candle in 9 weeks, so that is fair enough for any asset to have such a good result like that, but it has to sort of cool off. So what am I expecting? So I've got this little formation formed here. If we break this to the down, we go down. If we break it to the up, we go up. Just like when we had this one yesterday, we were trading this range yesterday, a large, nice scalping range. I thought it was going to break to the down, so I'll hold my hand up there and say sorry about that. I did think it was going to break to the down, but when we broke up, you know, we were smashing through supports, resistances left, right and centre, until we found ourselves sort of getting tired out at this level. So the 1 hourly chart is what we're looking at now. MACD cross facing down. We've got bearish divergence forming on the RSI. So to me, this one does look like the appropriate short. And again, this is something that I'm doing. I'm not asking you to follow my trades. I would never do that. I don't have a signals group. I would not be interested in doing that, because even me making these trades, yeah, I did some good ones with XRP. I called the top on Bitcoin here, but even me, I make mistakes, and I'd probably say I'm probably my win ratio is probably only about 65-70%. So there is always mistakes, and you know, you can have the what you consider to be the edge, but it might not be the actual edge. But as far as I'm concerned, this would be the likeliest place for it to break down from, and my support zone would be, first of all, it will try and bounce on these levels, these little levels here. But if it was a significant drop, we've got this support now, which we found as a resistance yesterday. It's descending, and into tomorrow, it would find ourselves basically at the blue box, the buy zone box, where we probably would find another bounce again. Now the thing is about this bounce is, if this bounce happens again, which it probably will, we need to see if we reach a higher high. In order to do that, we'd really need to have a look at it on something like a 4 hourly. If we don't manage to get a higher high, this is certainly going to be what I would at that stage would be confirmed consolidation, which is what I think is about to take place. I think we're going to consolidate here as we're approaching this red cloud as well over the next few days. It all looks like it's about to consolidate. Now I thought I'd just bring this to your attention. I'm sure you've seen this before. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet, and it kind of resembles where we are at right now. It is kind of similar. Now I'm not saying that this is going to happen, it doesn't have to happen, but it could, and I think that this could be the formation that we are forming at the moment. It does look very, very similar in my opinion. I don't know if you can see that, but for me it looks very similar. It looks extremely similar. So in that respect, you know, I do, you know, it helps me in a way confirm what I already think, which is that we are consolidating. And yeah, the moon boys are happy at the moment because they bought the dip, like they've been doing this entire time, and not all of us have been doing this in the entire time. I stopped buying the dips around here on my, like I say, on my video where I said I think this is the top, this is the beginning of what could be a crypto winter, and if that is the case, then yeah, we are going to be dropping down into these levels bit by bit, and it will be a matter of shorting the top and not buying the dips for a period of weeks to maybe a couple of months. I'm not saying that cryptocurrency is dead, far from it. It's definitely got a good year ahead of it in 2021. That'll be the year, and if you're getting into cryptocurrency right now, you're lucky in a way, because you're entering it at what's going to be an explosive year from next year. But right this second, probably not quite so explosive unless you're looking for exploding moves down. It does look like it wants to happen any minute, to be honest with you. I'm not expecting it to happen on this video though. But in fact, if it did happen on the video wouldn't come out, because I'll be rushing over to Bityard and trying to make as much profit as I can. I do have shorts on Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin at the moment, so not quite overexposed, but getting, you know, I'm pushing the boat, to be honest, a little bit on what I've got there on those shorts. So the targets for me on Bitcoin, essentially, you know, next week we will be hitting this zone as far as I'm aware. This is the zone to be closing the shorts off at, and then buying back and seeing the consolidation fade away into lower lows and lower highs. that's going to transpire into all assets, because they're basically all pegged to Bitcoin. They're basically just amplifying each other's moves. So whatever Bitcoin does, altcoins will do. All Satoshi charts, from what I've looked at, look awful. They don't look good. There's no point in any way, in my opinion, being in any kind of short, in any kind of altcoin, unless you're in it for the long run, or you've got some fundamental analysis that you've applied to that token, which you think is going to pay off, outside of the Bitcoin consolidation phase, which can happen. Obviously, that happens a lot. But for me, that's not my style. I am definitely looking for everything to come down. And with XRP, my first target is around 54 cents, which isn't a massive drop, to be honest with you. It's a reasonable sized drop. Does that coincide with? Yes, it does. 4 hourly, 50 exponential, decent area, I'd suppose, to close your short off at. But overall, this, in my opinion, and I've said this from the top here, I said this maybe a week ago now after the big pump, I said what we're going to be looking at is the same kind of configuration that we saw after the last top here, which was a giant move. This was a big move. It's like almost close to an 85% move. And what we had here was a big run, buyback, consolidation, until we ride all the way back down to essentially the 200 exponential moving average, which for us at the moment is all the way down here. So this is going to take a little bit of time. It's just like what I said. I'm not saying that this is definitely going to play out, but this is what I've been saying on my Telegram groups, what I've said. I've reiterated it several times, I suppose, on this channel. The top is in, and the consolidation will begin, and it'll take some time, and that time will allow everything to reset. These will move up. As this moves down, they will meet somewhere in the middle, in my opinion, the upper 30-cent zone, and that will be the appropriate place to be buying back XRP, because it'll essentially reaccumulate like it did here for a long period of time. In all fairness, the first time we came down to touch it was, I suppose, here, and we were dancing around it for 62 days, 63 days. Best part 2 months basically, and that's likely to happen all over again. And I think that that's the same sort of thing that's going to happen with Bitcoin as well. So if we look at Bitcoin on the daily, where's our 200 exponential at the moment? That's fine. As far as I'm concerned, so long as we're above this trend line here, which is the mega trend line, the super trend from 2017, where we get rejected and supported all this way, rejected, blah blah blah. You've seen me do it all. I do it all the time. Show you that. So long as we're above there, the bull market is good to go. It's not cancelled. Everything's fine. But it would allow actually for this consolidation to, if this took place over maybe a couple of months, perhaps, for us to eventually find our way down to around about 13,000. The 200 exponential is actually very fast approaching this zone. That would be the buyback area for me. The 200 exponential is going to have it for me, and so long as we're above it, and if we come down to test it, excellent. That's an epic buyback. And the same thing applies to Ethereum. There's no Ethereum 2.0. It's all priced in. Yes, you will get pumps, but then it's buy the rumor, sell the news. I think most of it is all priced in at the moment. As everything is following Bitcoin, it doesn't matter if there's Ethereum 3.0, it doesn't matter at this point. Everything is pegged to Bitcoin. What Bitcoin wants to do, everything will do, and that is the way it's going to be played out. So that is that, and there's nothing more to it, and I will leave it with you there. We'll see where this next week takes us. In my opinion, it's going to take us further down, incrementally, over time, and there's moves to be had in both ways, up and down. But like I say, don't follow my trades, make your own trades, take on what I've said, but do your own research. Join my Telegram, subscribe to this channel, and have a good evening. Take it easy.